Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Wednesday, and it's April. Thank you for starting off the fourth month with us. As you can well imagine, a desk full of COVID-19 updates, but some other local news. A banner day yesterday for a local blood drive. Much more on your weather, some other announcements and news as we have a great deal to cover, as we will, well, for the foreseeable future, in much more context and content than what we even have on a normal occasion and day. On a local level, just off the phone with Public Health Director Pete Shepard. Good news here locally. Watching traffic and checking local businesses. Everyone appeared to be following recent guidelines that we passed along from he and Judge Executive Matt Wireman yesterday about social distancing in stores, how businesses were going to be setting those procedures in place. And he says it appeared to be a good day. A lot of folks doing the right thing today here in Salyersville, Magoffin County. Also, the most recent rounds of tests still showing all negative results for Magoffin County. The governor giving his update, that in just a few moments. Also speaking with Superintendent of Schools Scott Helton real quickly in a local update. Spring break, pardon me for using the quotes, is officially next week, so it will not be an NTI week. At least you get the week off, kids. Keep that in mind. Also, they are, that being superintendents of all schools, to have a conference call with the governor and the education commissioner within the next week, and they expect that within the next week or so they'll have a determination on what will happen with the remainder of the school year. They will be continuing to deliver lunches and meals next week, even though it is officially spring break here in Magoffin County. Last night, one of the worst days that we've had thus far as a state and a nation in regards to numbers passed along. In Perry County, after I left you, it was revealed that they had their first confirmed case of COVID-19 in Perry County. The public health director there saying that a 79-year-old Perry County man had tested positive for COVID-19. And then today, you may have heard, making the rounds and headlines, Pike County confirming its first COVID-19 case. Judge Executive Ray Jones identifying the man early on as a 28-year-old man in self-isolation. Among the 591 cases as of this morning, but that number to increase, of course, in Kentucky. 28-year-old, as I understand, tested positive after exposure from an employee from another healthcare facility. This 28-year-old, he himself is an employee of the Pikeville Medical Center, possibly a nurse, and he came into contact with an employee who had come into contact with someone who had been exposed to or who had tested positive for COVID-19. It is also reported that the 79-year-old man from Perry County that I just spoke of is being treated in the Pikeville Medical Center. It appears as though, per reports that I have unofficially, those links between the 28-year-old in the Pikeville Medical Center and the 79-year-old being treated there may be linked at least indirectly with someone in between them causing that exposure. With that said, just a real quick summary. 911,000 cases in the world of COVID-19, 45,000 deaths to date. The United States now leads the world with 203,000 confirmed cases and more than 4,400 confirmed deaths. That surpasses the death toll from 9/11. Spain saw its numbers rise above 100,000, having its biggest death toll in one day on today. Some other numbers, the U.S. has also surpassed China by over 700 COVID-19 fatalities. And the White House last evening, predicting anywhere from 100 to 240,000 Americans will die as a result of COVID-19. The president saying it's going to be a very rough 2 weeks ahead of us. Our strength will be tested. Our endurance will be tried. New York, of course, still the epicenter for the United States. The governor announcing last evening 114 new cases, 7 new deaths, our worst day to date for Kentucky, which saw on March the 20th 63 confirmed cases, and then in a mere 11 days 594 confirmed cases. And new data out there gives a prediction as to where they think these numbers and these cases and these deaths will go from here as it relates to the nation and Kentucky as a state, saying that Kentucky is on track to see more than 800 people die as a result of COVID-19 by July. And according to that data, and let me say this, assuming continued social distancing until the end of May. That's very important. These numbers only reflect what they believe if we continue social distancing until the end of May. But for the United States as a whole, they believe that we are 15 days away from the peak number of daily deaths, which will hit 2,607 a day on or around April the 16th, and then continue to fall off from there until July the 1st, going from a total of 4,766 deaths today to more than 68,000 by the 1st of next month, more than 91,000 by the 1st of June, and almost 94,000 by the 1st of July. Meaning that they believe with the continued social distancing in place and followed, we will see close to 100,000 deaths by July the 1st. Now, as for Kentucky specifically, remember the United States, they believe 15 days away from the peak. Well, they believe Kentucky is 43 days away from the peak number of deaths. And we will reach 15 deaths a day by May the 14th, stay at around 15 deaths a day for several days, and then those numbers will start to fall until early July. Predicting that by the 1st of May, a month from now, Kentucky will have lost 205 people. By the 1st of June, 629. And by July, 805 and approximately 815 people in Kentucky will have died by the 1st of August. Greenup County also confirming its first case of COVID-19 earlier today. All we know is that it is a patient of the age of 27. A few other things. The CDC is saying that the spread may happen of COVID-19 before you're sick. A new report from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention today says new evidence says that spread of the disease can happen before you even have symptoms. It underscores the potential difficulty of containing a virus that may be spreading before anyone has any idea that they have it. It's still unclear exactly how long someone might be carrying the virus before symptoms appear, but researchers found that exposure occurred 1 to 3 days before the source patient developed any symptoms. And a researcher from MIT has warned that coronavirus droplets can now possibly travel up to 27 feet, which, of course, gives major problems for social distancing of 6 feet. An associate professor at MIT and expert in fluid dynamics explained that a sneeze, for example, could result in a cloud of gas that could spread those droplets 4 times greater than the social distance guidelines we are following. I'll be right back. Car accidents don't stop. Accidents at work don't stop. Disability and SSI cases don't stop. Your legal needs and concerns don't stop for the coronavirus, and neither does McFarland and Tinker. They are open, able to schedule appointments per CDC guidelines, and always available for telephone and video conferences. Please, be safe, be smart, stay home, and don't let your legal needs fall victim to the pandemic. Call McFarland and Tinker and let them take care of them for you. With decades of experience and happy customers all over Kentucky, All Pro Gutter Works and Construction is now proud to offer long-term and 0% financing on their home improvements and home construction. That's new windows and floors, new bathrooms and kitchens, new roofs, siding, decks and porches, new turnkey homes and offices, and of course, continuous guttering in 21 colors. Locally, family-owned and operated, and waiting on your next project and phone call. All Pro Gutter Works. Come to Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville and get your prescriptions filled, your over-the-counter medications, and immune system boosters, all from the safety and comfort of your own vehicle, either in their drive-thru or with their new curbside service. You can also call ahead or just download the MyGNP app, that's Good Neighbor Pharmacy, and refill and manage your prescriptions right from your device, helping you and yours stay healthy and safe. Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville, 349-4400.
The coverage you need when you need it most. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Creekside Stitching and Feed is the place to go for all of your custom embroidery needs. Shirts, caps, jackets, and more. And they've got the best prices on value-pack dog food, blue ribbon beef mix, kickin' chicken, and shell and cracked corn. And premium quality gates, hay rings, and bunk feeders, plus metal carports and garages as low as $1,400 installed. For all of your embroidery, feed, and farm supplies, Creekside Stitching and Feed. 1 mile up Bear Branch off of Route 30. Getting the best deal on the best tires with the best service has never been easier. Just log on to ConleyTire.net, check out the latest rebates, sales, and promotions, pick out the tires you want, and email, call, or come by. For huge savings from the family who's been proudly serving the area for over 32 years. Conley Tire in Staffordsville, 297-2424.
Now, what you need to know if you are awaiting one of those stimulus checks, who is eligible for the economic payment? Well, I think we've covered and everyone has heard. Tax filers with an adjusted gross income of up to $75 each or $150,000 for married couples. Anyone making over that, of course, deduction will be reduced of $1,200 each and $500 for children. Eligible taxpayers who filed tax returns for either 2019 or 2018 will automatically receive an economic impact payment of those funds. How will they know where to send those payments? Well, if you had a direct deposit for those years, they will automatically be deposited into those same accounts that they already have on file. For people who have already filed your 2019 returns, the IRS will use that information to calculate the payment amount. If you haven't filed your 2019 return, they'll back up and use 2018's return. The economic impact payment will be deposited directly into the same banking account that they use for your tax returns. What if the IRS does not have any direct deposit information for you? They are working in the coming days and weeks to have a web-based portal for you to go and give them your banking information online so you can receive those payments. What if you typically are not required to file a tax return? This one is very important. Yes, people who typically do not file a tax return will need to file a simple tax return to receive an economic impact payment. Low-income taxpayers, our senior citizens out there, Social Security recipients, some veterans, and others with disabilities who are otherwise not required to file a tax return will not owe tax, but you will have to file a tax return to get your payment, as I confirmed with my accountant Pam Wages at Wages, Income, and Tax Services earlier today. I do not like this. This is going to cause a great deal of complications. It's going to make it hard for a lot of folks to get these stimulus checks. But that is, as we are told, the guideline. So if you have someone in your family, a senior citizen, someone on SSI, help them. We need to help each other. We need to do it via the phone or internet means, but we're going to have to see that everyone gets that information to the federal government. How can you do so? Well, they're going to be providing some information very soon about how you can go online and fill out what they call a simple tax return. You have until the end of the year to do it, so no big hurry except for getting the money as you may need. But for all those senior citizens, Social Security, other benefits, you will have to file a simple tax return to do so. And of course, the deadline to file your general income taxes has been moved up until July the 15th. In other news, a young woman who spent her early years, at least, growing up here in Magoffin County with family ties here, died in Lexington this week, days after she was involved in an accident that claimed her life. Ultimately, 30-year-old Whitney Gardner will be laid to rest tomorrow after just turning the age of 30 days ago.
Before we go into the details of her death, to be honest, I know little about Whitney Gardner. I know that her mother, Peggy Roark, lives in Lexington now, I believe, but Peggy used to live here in Sagersville and did for many, many years of her life, and even actually worked up at the restaurants for us, for my family and others for many, many years, and has since moved off, and I don't have any information on the time frame or anything other than that nature. I know that Miss Whitney Gardner, according to some family or friends of the family that I spoke with who do live here locally,
locally. Did live in McGoffin County at a young age, attended kindergarten and Head Start here. Later moved, they believe, to Prestonsburg, and for the past several years, she has been in Lexington. So a young woman with, as we can confirm to at least some degree, strong McGoffin and Eastern Kentucky ties, the daughter of Peggy Roark, who died after being hurt last Monday, a week ago this past Monday, while she was a temporary contract worker for a company called Labor Works, where she'd been employed since 2015. She was actually working for the Lexington Sanitation Department, picking up trash on a city garbage collection truck when it's believed that she somehow fell, possibly off the back, and hit her head. The exact cause of the accident, according to police and other reports, are kind of unknown. She was just discovered there lying on the ground from a head injury, and sadly she passed away several days thereafter. The Fayette County Coroner's Department listing her cause of death as blunt force trauma to her head, while OSHA, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, is investigating the accident, what is believed to be just a terrible and tragic accident. Her mother saying that she had just turned 30 and was simply a sweet, artistic, fun, loving young lady who is also survived as well by her small child and a host of family and friends. Services for 30-year-old Whitney Danielle Gardner, private services, are to be held tomorrow at the Betts and West Funeral Home in Fayette County. Whitney is survived by her mother, Peggy Sue Roark, the daughter of the late Curtis Gardner as well, but as well survived by her loving little daughter, Tessa Rael Thomas, sisters Elizabeth Mullins, Dakota Howe, and Elena Rogers, and brother Jonah Roark, and maternal grandmother Vanetta Mullins Roark from here in eastern Kentucky.
Indeed, a banner day here yesterday. Read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Sayersville Independent, which we'll make fully available to you online in lieu of the pandemic, as we plan to do on a small subscription base later on. But, while we here at Your News Today and the Sayersville Independent today received a word of thanks, it's really the people who set a record for McGoffin County for the number of pints of blood donated at one time in McGoffin County yesterday that are truly deserving of all the thanks in the world.
Yesterday's blood drive featured in the Sayersville Independent last week, and here, of course, on Your News Today with a representative of the Kentucky Blood Center issuing a plea for donations. Yesterday's drive was a success, a record-setting success, after many events, as we were told in that interview, have been canceled. Blood donation events canceled, of course, because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And as was explained to us, even though a lot of elective surgeries and procedures have been postponed, the need for blood has not decreased. And in fact, they need donations as much as they ever have. And we put that plea out there, and several people stepped up. And of course, that included our beloved friend Carol Hall here, who has now given over, I believe, 17 gallons total. It takes 8 pints of blood to make a gallon by my math, by the way, since August of 1979. But with the help of she and several others, they set a record here yesterday for blood donation. We're very proud of that, very thankful for folks like Carol and the Kentucky Blood Center and all of you who donated. I don't have your names, but a sincere thank you. And to find out more and about just exactly what kind of record they set, pick up an edition of tomorrow's Sayersville Independent for a write-up there. Great job, everyone. Congratulations.
Now, also, while I'm on the subject, in this week's edition of the Sayersville Independent, our old page, sponsored by Grover Arnett Attorney at Law, takes us back to March this month, 25 years ago, where it was a different time here in McGoffin County. A lot of big things happening here in McGoffin County. One of which is celebrating, a lot of which, but one very importantly, celebrating 25 years of existence that we all depend on every day, directly or indirectly. 911, celebrating 25 years. Even though there are no sports going on every week, some serious, great sports reporting in the Sayersville Independent. This week, updates from the KHSAA on spring sports, updates on the Sweet 16s,
still, of course, suspended or postponed. Extended eligibility for athletes in Kentucky, and rule changes for cheer and dance, just among a few of the stories. And also, it's that time of year for our Easter coloring contest, and we're doing it a bit different this year for obvious reasons. Still giving away 3 wonderful gift baskets with great treats inside. There will be a page for you to cut out of the Independent tomorrow, and for the next 2 weeks, color it, but take a picture of it after you do, and we will allow you to send it to us via Facebook or email. We'll use probably Heather@SagersvilleIndependent.com, because you don't want to send it to me. I can keep track of things. Or you can send it to the Sagersville Independence Facebook page, and that's how we'll get them, keep track of them, and announce the winners very soon. We hope all the kids take part of this. It's the annual event that we look forward to each Easter. I'll be right back. If your spring projects include gravel, rock, sand, or drainage pipe, your dollar will go farther at Tomahawk Feed and Farm Supply here in Sagersville. It's always in stock and ready for pickup and delivery. And now there's 2 locations for all of your feed and farm needs. Tomahawk has the region's largest inventory and lowest prices on all pet and livestock feed, gates, fencing, and everything your farm needs. In Sagersville off 114 at Red Light number 4, and in West Liberty on Liberty Road behind the Ford store. Tomahawk Feed and Farm Supply. Magoffin County Heating, Cooling, and Refrigeration, with professional, licensed, and certified commercial and residential service technicians that can maintain and repair all manufacturers, with new and old installation and financing available. Serving Magoffin, Morgan, Lawrence, Martin, Johnson, Floyd, and Breathitt counties. Magoffin County Heating, Cooling, and Refrigeration, 349-1058 or 225-6779. Times have changed, now and suddenly more than ever. Our lobbies might be closed, but the Sagersville National Bank wants to remind our customers that we're still here, we're still working to provide our community with as many services as possible. During this time especially, we encourage all of our customers to take advantage of all the options we offer to manage your accounts from the convenience of your home. 24-hour internet banking and bill pay, 24-hour telephone banking, remote deposit, automatic loan payments, and wire transfers are also still available to our customers. And we're still here during our normal hours. Mondays through Fridays, the main drive-thru is open from 8 until 3, and the branch drive-thru is open from 8 until 5. And the branch drive-thru is also open on weekends, Saturdays 8 until noon, with ATMs available 24/7 at both locations. Need an oil change? Are your brakes shot? Are you ready to turn the wick up on your diesel, or lift up and accessorize your 4x4, or get that dent fixed once and for all? Then call the professionals at Black Smoke Performance for all of your maintenance needs and auto body repair, from insurance collisions to full restoration projects. Black Smoke Performance on May Drive in Dixie of Sagersville, 349-8785. A message from the Fraser's Prater Drug Store and Seasonal Shop families. Prater Drug wants you to know that you can now call, use Facebook, or use our Refill RX app to get your prescriptions refilled. And the drugstore also has designated curbside pickup parking in front of and behind the store. Simply call 349-3135. And at the Seasonal Shop, they're still posting new arrivals and taking orders with free shipping on most everything anywhere in the entire United States. And they're offering scheduled curbside pickup. Just call 349-3223. Fraser's Prater Drug Store and the Seasonal Shop says let's all do what we can to help and protect our neighbors and loved ones. Up next, the brief community calendar that, most importantly of all, has a couple of birthdays attached to it. And the first goes to, it says, happy birthday to his cousin. This comes from Sarge Rowell. And it was also phoned in by a lot of other friends and family, too, Arbadella. They say, happy 82nd birthday. Happy 82nd birthday to Arbadella Reed. Happy birthday to you. And also, from Sarge, to his now 16-year-old grandson Riggs Rao from Papa and Grandma and all the family and loved ones a happy 16th, a happy sweet 16th to Riggs Rao. Happy birthday to you too. And just one reminder that I have for you, and that is that the calendar is always here for you. Every weeknight, 6 and 11, Your News Today, here on Foothills Communications, Howard's Cable, and of course across the World Wide Web, free for birthdays and anniversaries. And remember, birth announcements, birthdays, anniversaries, all those things, wedding announcements, free in the Sagersville Independent as well. You have to send those to the Sagersville Independent to get them in the paper, but please do. We love to put them out there. All you have to do is get them to us. One announcement tonight, as we turn to obituaries, which are brought to you nightly by the McGoffin County Funeral Home. I'm told that 47-year-old Bessie Reisner of Sagersville passed away on yesterday's date, and that arrangements are incomplete at this hour, but to be announced soon by the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Once again, announcing the passing of 47-year-old Bessie Reisner of Sagersville.
From there, today's update from Governor Andy Beshear, followed by your forecast in closing.
2 new deaths, and those are from a 60-year-old male from Davis County and a 76-year-old female from Hopkins County. I'm told Louisville announced one today. We haven't been able to confirm that, and so right now what we would add are 2, which would bring our total number to 20. That is one less than some have reported. We had one in the past that was reported as a fatality that wasn't. So right now, as a state, we have 20. So tonight, let's make sure we honor the 2 Kentuckians that we lost today in Davis and in Hopkins County. Let's light our houses, our places of business, our universities, and everything else up green. We'll light the governor's mansion and the Capitol. But like I said yesterday, it means more that you do it. It means more because people driving around in the community will see it. They will feel that they are not alone for these families. They will know that we feel, and we want to take a little bit of that loss off their shoulders and help them to get through this at a time where we can't go over to their house to try to help them through it.
In addition to the eastern Kentucky counties that I referred to earlier in the program, the governor's list also included another case in Breathitt County, among many other central Kentucky counties as well. A total of 93 new cases today, which is 21 less than this time yesterday, but still significant and putting the state of Kentucky close to the 700 mark in regards to confirmed cases of COVID-19. He did say some good news was coming in regards to testing that he hoped to unveil soon, and also said that UK and U of L are ramping up testing capacity and efforts as we speak. Now for your forecast. Clouds moving out throughout the overnight hours. Temperatures are going to get down into the 30s, low 40s for some, but sunshine makes a return tomorrow and sticks around for the weekend. Oh, you can get out. You can't go far, but you can get out, sit in the backyard, front porch, what have you, and enjoy it any way possible. Tonight we do have some sprinkles for the remainder of your evening. That is mainly before 10 o'clock. We'll see a few sprinkles, and we are right now actually out behind me. A low of 38 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, not quite so warm, but still 58, mostly sunny, dry. We get down into the 30s again tomorrow night. Low enough to see a little frost that will linger into your Friday morning, as we'll then see some sun, and temperatures hit the mid-60s by your Friday. So mostly sunny, 58 tomorrow. Clear skies at night. Nicer Friday, 68. A little early for frost, but nevertheless, sun, mostly clear skies, still into the upper 30s for nighttime lows Friday night. And then for your weekend, which can't get here quick enough, Saturday, 71 and sunny. It's going to be a nice, mild day for the first half of your weekend. A little patchy fog to start off your Saturday, but after that, we'll see maybe mostly cloudy skies by Saturday night. I want to stress to you that even though we have shower chances in the forecast for your Sunday, Sunday's not all that bad. Video is going to catch up with me here in just a few seconds. We'll go from that 71 complete sunny day on your Saturday to only partly sunny and still 72 on your Sunday. But as you're about to see, we will have a chance of some showers to the tune of 20%, and that is a chance of showers in the early morning hours, 9 a.m. to 3 or 4 in the afternoon, and it's a slight chance. Otherwise, partly sunny, low 70s, not a big deal at all. Looking further on down the line, we're going to hold pat to the 70s. 76, mostly sunny, albeit a 50% chance of showers. Nighttime lows in the 50s, upper 50s, low 60s from there on out. Tuesday, 73, partly sunny. We run out of sunshine by this time next week with clouds and showers.
That will wrap it up for tonight. Remember, the Sagersville Independent out tomorrow. We hope you get one. Kids, get one. Get that coloring contest done, and then take a picture of it and get it to us in the next couple of weeks. And we'll see you all back here tomorrow night. For now, thank you. Stay in, stay safe, and stay tuned to Your News Today.